Imagine a place where nature reigns supreme. Hidden away from civilization, these landscapes are almost completely pure, left virtually unexplored by humans. From towering mountains and endless forests to shimmering oceans teeming with life, here are some of our planet's most mesmerizing, untouched places. Gangkhar Puensum, standing 7,570 meters tall, is the world's tallest unclimbed peak. Not only is it inaccessible by nature, but Bhutanese mountains are considered sacred, hindering climbers from attempting to climb it in the first place. In 1922, the height was initially calculated, but inaccurate maps caused much confusion about its location and elevation. The peak was not even located by the first team attempting to reach it. Its location is debated to be somewhere between Tibet and Bhutan. Despite attempts in the 1980s, no one has conquered Gangkhar Puensum. Bhutan banned climbing peaks over 6,000 meters in 1996, leaving much of the mountain still untouched by modern humans. In 1998, Japanese climbers tried to ascend a peak in Bhutan from the Chinese side. Bhutan requested China to cancel their permit, and China complied. The fact that China was willing to comply with Bhutan's request speaks volumes. Gangkhar Puensum is clearly revered and respected by many. The Grand Tsingy in Madagascar is known for its unique karst formations created by erosion. The term Tsingy translates to walking on tiptoes, reflecting the park's strikingly rugged terrain. Elevated plateaus known as Tsingy's are formed by groundwater erosion, creating caves and cracks in limestone. In western Madagascar, vertical and horizontal erosion has created impressive limestone needle forests. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is home to rare species like bamboo lemurs and fossas. Hiking enthusiasts flock to this untamed destination to explore its distinct landscapes and wildlife. While the Grand Tsingy is virtually untouched, visitors can still explore via the park's meticulous planned walkways, steel ladders, and cable ropes. To reach the park from Morondava, a 10-hour journey on bumpy dirt roads is required. An overnight stay at the Kurindi Forest can break up the journey, followed by a ferry ride and a 5-hour trip to Bekopaka with security personnel accompanying tourists. The best view of Honokohau Falls, Maui's tallest waterfall, can only be seen from higher ground. The impressive waterfall stands 1,100 feet and cascades in 2 levels in a secluded valley with no access roads. Helicopter tours offer a unique aerial perspective of this iconic waterfall, which was featured in the popular 90s film Jurassic Park. The falls offer stunning views, but getting there is not as easy as it seems. Not only is there no access to Honokohau Falls from the ground, it can also be very difficult to get a helicopter tour to take you there due to the risky nature of the trip. This makes the falls even more inaccessible, making it one of the most untouched places in the world. It's one of the most rainiest places globally, receiving over 9,000 millimeters of rain annually. As such, weather plays a significant role in sightseeing in the region. Checking weather conditions before planning a helicopter trip to the falls is recommended. Kamchatka in eastern Russia is renowned for its breathtaking beauty, rugged terrain, and rich wildlife. The landscape consists of tundra with mosses and lichens, alder thickets, and birch and large forests in protected areas. Kamchatka also receives extreme weather with cold winters and mild summers. The peninsula has many geographical marvels to behold. It is home to 2 mountain ranges and a volcano reaching 15,584 feet. The river flows between these mountains, and another 126 volcanoes grace the peninsula, 22 of which are still active, along with geysers and hot springs. The fiery volcanic activity offers a spectacular contrast with the cold, snowy, and barren terrain more inland. Despite being a vastly remote region, Kamchatka still offers tourists the chance to explore the Siberian tundra and experience untouched nature from snow-covered mountains to clear rivers and fertile valleys. The Mariana Trench is the deepest ocean trench globally, located in the Pacific Ocean. With all the technological advances in our society today, the trench has barely been touched by humans. The Mariana Trench reaches a maximum depth of around 11,000 meters or 36,000 feet. Formed by convergence of tectonic plates, this area presents a challenging environment with cold temperatures and high pressure. Despite these conditions, researchers have discovered over 200 unique organisms that have adapted to survive in this extreme habitat. These creatures exhibit unusual traits, like cartilage bodies and bioluminescence, showcasing the incredible biodiversity of the Mariana Trench. Unfortunately, the trench has indirectly suffered from human polluting activities. Plastic debris has been found in its depths, leading to concerns from environmentalists. Ongoing investigations by scientists aim to better understand and protect the Mariana Trench with collaboration from various nations. The Namib Desert in Namibia is one of the driest and oldest deserts on Earth, stretching 120 miles along the coast with extreme weather conditions that keep it mostly uninhabited. This isolation has allowed the desert to remain untouched, resulting in unique landscapes shaped by time and weathering, with flowing dunes, dry stream beds, and otherworldly hills. The desert is believed to have been dry for up to 80 million years. Although not the largest desert, it is likely the oldest. Some parts receive as little rainfall as South America's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, with an average of 2 millimeters or 0.08 inches annually. Travelers in Namibia are often surprised by a sudden chill and fog when moving from landlocked areas to sandy shores with dunes. Looking out at the sea from a sand dune on a foggy day creates a strange, chilling feeling. About 180 days of fog happen per year, due to cold air from the Benguela Current meeting hot air from the dry interior. The desert may also be a hotbed for evolutionary processes. Unique adaptation in behavior, form, and physiology are seen in species living in mist-covered coastal dunes of the Namib Sand Sea. Diverse plant and animal species show evolution and life's resilience. Northeast Greenland National Park is a vast, pristine area with protected wildlife, plants, and landscapes. The park features tundra, mountains, and icy fjords filled with icebergs. Access may be challenging, but visitors can explore nearly 1 million square kilometers of Arctic wonderland. Northern Greenland has no infrastructure like roads, harbors, or commercial airports, with no accommodation options. Small gravel runways in the national park are used for station maintenance, but not for civilians. The nearest public airport, Constable Point, is 80 kilometers south of the national park. Greenland is so remote that in order to enter the Greenland National Park, you must obtain a government permit in advance. Cruise passengers don't need to do this as the travel agency manages it, while solo travelers often explore the park by boat. Expedition cruises to northern Greenland, originating from Iceland and Svalbard, offer a unique way to explore this area. Cruise ships usually disembark in the southern regions at points of interest, but access to the park can also be gained from the nearby town of Itakotormit. Few places on Earth remained as untouched by humans as Patagonia. The northern region of the Chilean park offers a unique environment with enchanted forests, active volcanoes, powerful rivers, and intricate fjords. Puerto Montt is the ideal starting point for exploring northern Patagonia. The area's U-shaped valley resembles California's Yosemite Valley. Nearby, La Junta offers adventurous rock climbing opportunities on tall granite domes. Northern Patagonia is home to lush rainforests that capture most clouds from the Southern Ocean. The national park offers scenic hiking trails which lead to spectacular waterfalls and even an active volcano. But for a change of pace, explorers can also soak in at the natural hot springs. Kayaks are also available to rent to see sea lions, petrels, dolphins, and penguins in the fjord. Northern Sentinel Island is home to maybe the last uncontacted group on Earth. Known as the Sentinelese, they fiercely reject any attempts by outsiders to approach their secluded home in the Bay of Bengal in India. Sentinelese population estimates vary from 50 to 500. In 2018, American missionary John Allen Chow was killed on North Sentinel Island by the Sentinelese. This incident highlights the island's history of hostility towards outsiders. Despite this, limited information reveals the fascinating lifestyle of the inhabitants, who live a simple, untouched existence. Flying over North Sentinel Island is the only way to see its beauty, with lush forests, clear blue water, and coral reefs. The island is 60 square kilometers in size, and its twin, South Sentinel Island, has no residents. Following a 2004 earthquake, the island's elevation rose, and a nearby islet merged with it. When Indian government officials inspected the island after the quake and tsunami, the Sentinelese people were unharmed and even attacked the helicopter sent to check on them. Today, it remains just as untouched as it was decades ago. While there are communities that exist in the Northwest Territories, there are many inaccessible areas of the Canadian territory that are yet to be explored. Nearly 40% of the Northwest Territories is considered Arctic land, and that comes with the expected rough conditions of snow, ice, and severe cold. The landscape of the Northwest Territories is as raw as it gets. It is a remote, pristine area with towering mountains, endless forests, and crystal clear lakes that will transport you to a bygone era. Nahanni National Park Reserve in the Northwest Territories features impressive waterfalls and canyons. In the southern half of the province, the massive Great Slave Lake offers plenty of fishing and boating opportunities, but it is just as unexplored as many other sites in the area. Banks Island's northern area in Nunavik National Park is the most isolated region in the Northwest Territories, located within the Arctic archipelago. The park offers a rare wilderness experience with purely natural landscapes and abundant wildlife, including muskoxen and Arctic foxes. Son Doong is the largest cave globally, measuring almost 9 kilometers long with a volume of 38.5 million cubic meters. Its tallest cave arc reaches 243.84 meters in height, and its maximum width is 150 meters. Comparatively, it is 5 times bigger than N Cave, the third largest cave globally, surpassing it in all dimensions and making everything else around it seem small. The cave in Son Doong has various chambers, creating different microclimates that impact the distribution of organisms. Life thrives in unique niches due to varying humidity, temperature, and light levels. Son Doong is rich in plant life and distinct wildlife, flourishing in unexpected locations. Nature's power and life's enduring strength are showcased within this awe-inspiring cave. The Star Mountains in Papua New Guinea are 100 kilometers long with a 4,760 meter peak. It's been climbed by only 10 people since 1958, leaving the majority of the range unexplored and untouched. The Star Mountains have a special ecosystem where almost 100 out of 1,100 species are thought to be new to science. The harsh landscape and extreme rainfall contribute to the area's undiscovered nature and challenging conditions. Trips to the Star Mountains are available for adventure seekers, including a 20-day trekking and pack rafting expedition. It offers a once-in-a-lifetime experience. However, it will set you back over $14,000. Antarctica is a vast, untouched wilderness without farms, cities, or factories. With a low population, it covers over 99% of the continent, comparable to the expansive forests in the far northern hemisphere and almost twice the size of Australia. Scientists have long known about hidden water chambers under Antarctica's ice sheet. Over 300 subglacial lakes have been found using remote sensing, kept from freezing by geothermal heat. Organisms there could be unique due to isolation for millions of years. Lake Vostok, hidden under the ice sheet, is an untouched territory with potential undiscovered life forms. Discovering life in its depths could reveal if life is possible in harsh environments like Mars or Jupiter's Europa, providing insights into Earth's pre-Ice Age times. Expedition cruises starting in Argentina through the Drake Passage are a popular way to visit Antarctica. Options range from luxurious to simpler expedition-style cruises. But for those wanting to avoid the challenging waters of the Drake Passage, some companies offer fly-in cruise options from Chile to King George Island in Antarctica. Canaima National Park in Venezuela covers over 30,000 square kilometers, making it one of the country's largest parks. It features steep mountains with flat summits called tepuis, housing over 100 of these geological formations. Tepuis range from 1,000 to 3,000 meters in height and are among South America's most ancient formations. These tabletop mountains formed from sandstone plateau, overlaying a 1.7 billion year old granite basement rock, with layers of sand compressing into thick rocks. Tepuis tower above the forest and host exclusive animals and plant species. Lower slopes house mammals like monkeys, jaguars, and sloths, while reptiles inhabit the peak and the sides. Over 628 bird species are known from the Tepui Mountains in Canaima National Park, including parrots, toucans, and predators such as the harpy eagle. The conservation status of Canaima National Park is of high concern. Growing populations of indigenous people, as well as immigration from non-indigenous people, taking advantage of the park for agriculture, tourism, mining, and logging, is putting unsustainable pressure on natural resources. The IUCN notes that management authorities don't have enough resources to provide effective management of the park. Once untouched, this national park now has a major electricity transmission line passing through, making it easy for humans to access the inner, pure parts of the park, causing problems of habitat fragmentation. But unique biodiversity still thrives in these elevated ecosystems, unmatched anywhere else on Earth. If you enjoyed this type of video, make sure to hit the like button, And if you're interested in hearing about more unique travel destinations, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos.